So once the first case conference is held, you can then go on to the next step, which is usually bringing a motion. And motions involve various things. A motion is something, first of all, where you go in front of a judge with a piece of paper called a notice of motion, and that piece of paper says to the judge, this is what I'm here for. I want the following orders. I want custody of my children. I want access to my children if I don't get custody. I want the right to live in the matrimonial home, or perhaps I want the home sold. I want all sorts of things, and I'm here to ask for them. So you file that little piece of paper, and the most important part of the process of a motion is what you file with that notice of motion, and that's called an affidavit. And a lot of people who go to courts self-represented on motions just don't understand the significance of that affidavit, because you can stand in court all day long talking to that judge, and that judge is going to listen to you because he's sort of required to. He's going to be very, very polite. But at the end of the day, if you haven't put the information that you need to put before the court in an affidavit, you're not going to succeed. So the way you draw an affidavit is very important. And we are providing materials to you which are sample affidavits, sample applications, sample answers, sample financial statements, to help you get an idea of the type of language you use and the way that these affidavits have to be drafted and structured. So obviously the issues in our sample affidavit are not going to be the same as your issues, but it gives you an idea of how you say something and the detail that you need to go into in order to put your case in front of a judge. And once you walk into court with that affidavit, you can then tell the judge your story and refer the judge to certain paragraphs in your affidavit that you think are important. And you can attach things to the affidavit. They're called exhibits. You can attach documents to the affidavit that you think are important. Like you may think your children's report cards are important because you separated, and after you separated, their grades started to drop, and you think they'd be better off living with you. And a good example of it is how they went from an A to a D, or a failure. So you attach the report card so the judge can see the changes in their grades.